Since Repair Clinic encourages you to perform this repair safely, a warning icon will appear when you should use caution. To replace the push rod guide on this Briggs Stratton engine, you will need a 7mm socket, a 10mm socket with an extension and a 3/8" universal joint adapter, a 10mm deep well socket, a 5/8" wrench, a 5/8" spark plug wrench, a 5/32" Allen wrench, a feeler gauge, medium thread locker, and a torque wrench. Before you begin this procedure, make sure the engine and muffler have cooled. Using the 7mm socket, unthread the 4 mounting screws, securing the guard to the muffler. Use the 10mm socket with an extension to unthread the rear screw securing the guard's mounting strap to the bracket. Remove the guard and detach the breather tube from the rocker cover. Now use the 10mm socket to unthread the 4 mounting screws, securing the rocker cover to the cylinder head. You will need to use the 3/8" universal joint adapter to unthread the top screw. With the 4 screws unthreaded, you can detach the cover. If loose, remove the rocker cover gasket. Next, detach the spark plug wire and boot from the spark plug. Use the 5/8" spark plug wrench to help loosen the spark plug, then unthread it. Confirm the engine piston is in the up position, known as the top dead center, then lower the piston slightly, making sure both rocker arms stay loose. Use the 5/8" wrench to secure the intake rocker arm adjuster nut, and the 5/32" Allen wrench to loosen the set screw. With the set screw loosened, fully remove the nut and the rocker arm. Slide out the push rod. Now repeat to remove the exhaust valve rocker arm and push rod. Next, use the 10mm deep well socket to loosen the 2 adjuster stud bolts. Fully remove the bolts. You can now remove the old pushrod guide. To install the new pushrod guide, align it on the cylinder head. Apply medium thread locker to the threads of the adjuster stud bolts. Thread the bolts through the pushrod guide into the cylinder head. The bolts will fully secure the guide. Using the 10mm socket on a torque wrench, torque both bolts to 175 inch-pounds. Now confirm the 2 valve caps are intact on the valve stems. Then insert both push rods through the guide until they are fully seated in the cylinder head. Then realign the exhaust rocker arm. Partially thread the adjuster nut. Repeat to align the intake rocker arm, then partially thread its adjuster nut. Use the feeler gauge to set the appropriate gap between the rocker arm and valve cap. The intake rocker arm gap should be between 0.004 and 0.006 thousandths of an inch. The exhaust rocker arm gap should be between 0.009 and 0.011 thousandths of an inch. Tighten both rocker arm adjuster set screws, then recheck the gaps. Rethread the spark plug. Be careful not to damage the threads by over-tightening. Reattach the wire and boot to the spark plug. Reinstall the rocker cover by inserting the top mounting screw, then slide the gasket, if applicable, over the screw. Align the cover and gasket on the cylinder head and thread the screw. Replace the remaining screws to fully secure the cover. The longer screw goes on the bottom. Insert the breather tube into the hole in the cover. Reinstall the muffler guard by positioning it over the muffler. Then thread the screw to secure the strap to the bracket. Thread the 4 front mounting screws to secure the guard to the muffler. The engine should now be ready for use.